Welcome to the Claritas 360 video series. In this video, we'll provide a summary of how you can use charts to create targets within the Target Builder. These charts provide a visual representation of segment-level profile data. For more detailed information around using charts in the Target Builder, please reference the link to the report walkthrough contained in the description box. Once you've navigated to the Target Builder, we'll need to select the inputs. First, a segmentation system needs to be selected. Keep in mind, the items you see available within the selection boxes may vary based on your Claritas 360 license. Next, change the "Do you want to define segments by using profiles" to On. Click on the arrows to expand the profile folders and click to select the desired profile or profiles you want to use for target creation. Click Generate Data to progress to the next screen. If two profiles were selected, a SWOT grid is displayed. This chart provides a visual representation for how likely each segment is to engage in the two profile behaviors. Segments plotted in the upper right have an index of above 100 for both profiles, meaning these segments are more likely to engage in both behaviors. Segments plotted in the lower left have an index of less than 100 for both profiles, meaning these segments are not likely to engage in either behavior. Segments plotted in the other two quadrants have an index of above 100 for one profile and below 100 for the other, meaning they are likely to engage in one of the two profile behaviors. Segments in the lower right are likely to engage in the behavior plotted along the x-axis, and segments in the upper left are likely to engage in the behavior plotted along the y-axis. The size of the segment bubbles are determined by the segment's base percent composition for the profile on the x-axis, meaning the larger the bubble, the higher the percent composition. You can also hover over the segment bubbles to view additional segment level details. Along the top of the chart, there are several customization options. The chart type can be updated to a game plan. We'll cover this chart type later in the video. If desired, you can update which profile is displayed on each axis. The chart measures can also be updated. If you'd prefer, the segment's users per 100 households or base percent comp can be plotted on the axes. Similarly, you can update which measure determines the segment bubble size. The chart's origins and axis values can also be updated. To create a target, with your cursor, click and draw a circle around the desired segments. To include additional segments, while holding down the Shift key, draw another circle around the needed segment or segments. Once all segments have been highlighted, name the target. If desired, update the color assigned to the target by clicking on the color swatch and click Create Target. Notice that the segments included in the target are now shaded the target's assigned color and are listed in the User Selections panel. Repeat this process to create additional targets. If you're satisfied with the targets created, name the target and click Create Target Group. Or if you would like to edit your targets, click Grid View. From the grid view, you can rename any of your targets and update which segments fall into each of your targets. When ready, name the target group and click Save to save the target group. Or you can switch back to the chart view. If you would prefer to view a chart based on only one profile behavior, click Chart Type and select Game Plan. This chart plots segments according to their likelihood to engage in a profile behavior, along with the percentage that each segment makes up of the overall profile customer base. I'm going to update the Y origin line to 1.47. Reason being, there are 68 segments in the Prism Premier segmentation system I'm currently using. If your customer base was evenly distributed across those 68 segments, 1.47% of your customers would be coming from each segment. Taking a look at this chart, Segments in the upper right-hand corner index high for engaging in the behavior, and they are also the segments that contain a high proportion of your overall customers. So you are dominating in these segments and should consider targeting your marketing efforts to these consumers. Segments in the upper left make up a large portion of your overall customer base. However, their index shows they are less likely to engage in the profile behavior, meaning you're not effectively reaching these segments and might want to consider creating a marketing message tailored to them. Segments in the bottom right have high index values, but account for a relatively small proportion of your customers. Since these households are making up a small portion of your business, they could be targeted for specialized micro-marketing activities. And last, segments in the bottom left account for a small proportion of customer households, and indices suggest they are less likely to be customers. You could expect to receive a lower return on investment when marketing to these segments. Similar to the SWOT grid, those same options to customize the chart are available, and the same method is used for creating targets. Circle the desired segments, name the target, and click Create Target. If desired, create additional targets. And if needed, you can go to the grid view to further customize these targets. Or name the target group and click Create Target Group. Once your target has been created, you'll be directed to the Use My Target Group screen, where you can create another target group, run a report using the newly created targets, or return to the home menu. You can rename, publish, edit, or delete your target group by going to My Content. Thank you for viewing this video. For additional help, please reference the Claritas 360 Knowledge Center or reach out to your account team.